light popping. Look, who was the first one? What's up, Daddy? Hey, what's up? Thank y'all for tuning in. It's Love and War time. Sunday Night Live right here. Love and War. What up? Everybody. Hey, Big No. How you doing? Hey. Missing y'all and everybody else. Everybody, don't go nowhere. We're talking about addiction. Relationships. Yeah, they love all kind of relationships. All kind of addictions. Love and War. You and me. Mr. E. Yes, Mr. E. Live right here. How y'all doing? Waiting on Mr. E. Diddy to join in. What's up, Mrs. J. Perkins 69? Kendra Parkell. I put an R in there. I'm country. What's up? Country and there it is. Country and got that Dallas swag too. We got Dallas swag. We live right here from LA. Live from LA. Yes, Mr. E. We already played the intro, baby. So welcome to the show. Hey, this is our version of radio, Big No Ag. We doing Love and War Talk, y'all. Welcome to Love and War Talk. We trying to make sure there's
here we go. Yes.
Yes,
we're
live.
Everything relationship, everything love, everything marriage, everything sex. I'm your girl, Ebony Mose.
I am your girl, D-Light.
And this is big homie, Mr. E.
Mr. E in his cup.
And that crown
cheers.
cup.
We got our cup too.
Hey, Jamil said she was watching the show back. She said, I think I see Mr. E drinking on a 40. I said, no, that wasn't a 40, honey. That was just his crown cup. But it looked like a 40, she said.
Don't nobody know what we sipping on.
That's some careless stuff. You know, we don't even do that out here.
Right. At least you ain't sipping on that scissor. You know what I mean?
Leaning and shit.
Mr. E
I
saved.
don't do that no more neither.
Yeah, Mr. E saved. I'm saved. Ebony, we working on it.
I'm saved. I'm damn near saved. Don't you
almost.
You know,
saved.
Don't you judge me.
No judgment right here on the love.
The homeless man yesterday, I was trying to give him some money. Don't you judge me. Let God judge what I'm gonna do.
Just
with my
give
money.
me your money. You know what?
I said, you're right. All right, here, a couple dollars.
You know what? He got her. He got her keeping it 100. Okay. Anyways, y'all, this is the Love and War show where we talk about everything relationship, and we got a nice topic for you today.
Yes.
Ebony, break this whole thing down.
Well, addiction. There's so many addictions. Here she goes. Lord. There's so many addictions out there, and some of these addictions are ruining relationships and marriages. And so, you know, we posed the question out there because we actually had somebody email us about an addiction that they're dealing with in their relationship, and the person is a sex addict. And she thinks that the sex addiction could cause him to cheat if she doesn't give it up. So basically, it posed the question, so many addictions out there that ruin relationships, sex, porn, gambling, drugs, workaholic. People don't realize being a workaholic is an addiction. Technology, social media. You know what I mean? I have been in a situation where I laid in the bed with a guy who was on his phone every night. He'd rather be on Instagram and Facebook and
then on
ESPN and all this other stuff, rather lay next to me and be feeling on my booty. You know what I mean?
So that's what you need to be focused on.
There's addictions out there that ruin marriages and relationships.
Yes.
We posed a question and we're going to talk about it.
We are going to talk about it. First of all, I had to look it up too, because you know everybody got somebody that do crack or something in their family, and they done either their relationships.
No, I
with
shouldn't
them.
laugh at that because we do got somebody.
Yeah, we do, child. we have in the past, and we still do. Okay. But he smoking with weed. So is that still crack?
That's still crack.
Okay.
Like Whitney say, well, what Whitney
crack
say?
Is whack.
No.
Before we get into our own family drama, child. Let me tell you, I did some research, and you know, you come across that stuff on YouTube, and it was like, you know, here are some odd and strange addictions.
Oh, it's a whole lot.
Bee stings. People like to just get stung by a bee. She had a bee in her hand, and she was making them sting her. People that we got some strange addictions out here. So let's look at Millie's face first.
I'm thinking like when she said like she might cut herself
smelling gas and inhaling.
and inhaling.
Oh,
So
they get high off of that.
they showed this one lady what they say is really done in poverty areas, mainly in Australia.
What?
But this lady will wake up in the middle of the night in her sleep, and she got she's got a bottle of gasoline, and she do the top and she sniffs it. Okay, so
That's
what if you was
ruin all her relationships
in a relationship, and it could be deadly. It can give you brain damage. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh,
Let's talk about some common ones.
Wait a minute, but cosmetic surgery.
Oh yeah,
That was one of the strangest
addictions.
Now, what do you have to say about that, Mr. E, especially as a man? Now, what if you was in a relationship with somebody and they just kept enhancing their booty? And you know what, Ebony? First of all,
they get addicted to booty shots. Stomach,
Yeah.
like it's like they start with boobs, then they go to the
Right.
ass, then it's hips, now it's lips, and then now it's cheekbones. Now they forehead is pulled back here.
Okay.
It's like they do too much. What's that girl from Love and Hip Hop that used to be so
We
pretty,
gonna
the
talk
Mexican
about that.
girl? But anyways, go ahead.
wait a minute, we're going to talk about that. Mr. E, would you tell everybody right now, though, this ain't just our show, it's the people's show? That means you tell everybody if they got a topic or something, they need to even have.
I'm trying to figure out where
Tell
you're going with
everybody
that.
out here.
Oh, Mr. E, she just threw you out there like that, nigga. When you
Yeah,
tell
bro.
everybody, I'm like,
Tell everybody
what?
about the show. Tell everybody this is not just our show, please.
Thank you for the prompt card. Yeah,
Oh, my
this is not
goodness.
just the cue
What up,
card.
Quinn Fox? We got a lot of
prompt
people joining in right now. Mayman 350, Miss Sophia Jones, Detail King. Anyways, Mr. E,
Yo.
plastic surgery addiction.
This is not just our show. Y'all drop a line and tell us if an addiction ruins your relationship.
Okay, any kind of addiction, whether it be drugs, sex.
Or your Uncle Pookie and them. Mr.
No.
E trying to act like he ain't got an Uncle Pookie.
No. My auntie, she was addicted to crack for the longest, and then my little brother, may he rest in peace. Actually, his birthday was yesterday, so may he rest
Oh my
in peace.
God.
But my brother had an addiction to wet. You know what I'm saying? And
What
that's
is wet?
Wet is,
Sherm.
I forgot the official name.
Sure.
I think our brother
Sure, maybe,
smoke
yeah,
that too.
sure.
We got a brother that
Yeah.
was battling right now
Yeah.
too to put his
Our-
business out there.
Yeah.
Our
But
brother done took everything. I remember he got kicked out of a hotel room, a motel room, right there in the nasty North on Forest Lane. He got kicked out
He
one
got
of them
kicked out
weeklies.
of all them weeklies. What you talking
I
about?
mean,
One of them.
Sherm will make you do some crazy things.
Yeah.
Crack can make you do some crazy things too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
But hold on, let me hear about Mr. E and his
Go ahead.
brother, because
Go
your
ahead.
brother ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, he ended up committing suicide. Now, I'm not for certain that he was on wet or sure when he committed suicide, but I used to pick my brother up, and I mean, it's scary because he was already a scary dude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he was a terrorist for real. And
We know
my
about
brother.
that. We
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah, and
My
that
brother.
wet just take it up a notch, you know what I'm saying?
It
And then
sure does.
my father was addicted to alcohol, so like addiction really
Mine
run
too.
my family. Yeah,
Addiction,
run my
that's so
family, yeah.
true. I've never wanted to try anything other than weed. I drink, drinks here and there, but I'm not an alcoholic, but it did run in our family too. Like I said, we're dealing with a brother who's an addict of smoking now primos, which is crack and weed together. And,
Right.
My dad was an alcoholic. That's how he got liver cancer and passed away at the
Yeah.
beginning of this year on New Year's Day. And that was something that he lost a lot of, just relationships, everybody, they love my dad, but everybody treat him a little different because of his addiction. You know what I mean? And that goes like how my brother, we're the only living relatives that he has left, and he chooses to push away all
And
his
like-
friends, his
yeah.
girlfriends, the ones that he did have, you know what I mean? Now you're down to the last living relatives, and your addiction is going to push us away too. We want to help you, but we can't because the violence, alcoholism, all these drugs, they bring out anger and
cocaine.
aggression.
After our brother comes down from crack cocaine, whatever it is, okay, and then primos, he doesn't see he has a problem.
A lot of people,
But
don't
I'm not.
realize
We
they have
really
a
not
problem.
gonna make
People with addictions
This
don't
is
realize
show.
they have problems. Sex addictions, they don't realize they have problems. They just want to fix we were watching a video earlier today where it was saying that people with addictions What is it, sis, that they're trying to comfort a certain connection that they're missing with people, family, things like that, and the only comfort they can get is through that drug or through that alcohol or through that.
And the
addiction.
worst thing you can do as a family member is cut them off. And that's when we are at a point where we gonna cut our brother off. And in doing research with this, it was like, that's the worst thing you can do. Like right now, we have a total restraining order. We allowed our brother to live with us, but he can't stop using
several
the drugs.
times though. It's like this ain't just this time. He's lived with us several times. That we took him in because
from
he didn't
Dallas
have nowhere
to
else
Texas to
And boy, we would always deal with fire trucks, police, and everything at our door every month, every week. And so it gets out of control.
When we first tried to start this show, Mr. E, remember there were times we were like, we ain't gonna be able to make it because we over here dealing with our brother and Ebony's at home and he's high and he's out of his mind and we can't leave him at home with the dogs and you know what I'm saying? In the comfort of our home.
Like you were saying,
they become terrorists.
Aggressive and angry, and he would be making threats and pulling out knives and stuff.
Yeah, and our brother currently right now, for everybody that don't know, we love our brother very much. We pray for him to get better and to get healed from addiction, but it's caused him to lose everything, wives, relationships, and it's just that we're just really it's very hard. It's to have a relationship with our brother. So has drugs, it ruined my relationship with my father. It ruined relationship. It sounds like with each and every family member that we have around us, but it goes deeper than just drug addiction, y'all. So let's turn it around. Anybody that has lost a relationship with somebody because of addiction, somebody who has gone through a relationship or family member, a mother, father, family, whatever, a loved one, a
wife. I let a guy alone too behind alcohol. He would go through a bottle a day, and I would notice it, and that's when I started noticing it. He would get real aggressive. Then I found out he was on some other shit too. But I would start, and it would cause fights because I'd be like, okay, you done went through that whole bottle in one day. It ain't even dark yet, and it's like, don't watch my shit, watch what I do and blah, but it's just like, I'm just trying to tell you to take it easy. So, but sometimes people just don't realize that they have that addiction in the midst of them doing what they're doing, and that's the problem, man. With all the addictions out there, even with work, they don't realize they're trying to provide a family for their, provide a home for their family and make sure everybody's good. But in the midst, you're not making graduations, you're not making certain events, you're not doing, family things because you're so caught up in work. You know what I mean? Ruining your marriage and your family in long term.
Mr. E, what you was about to say?
It's funny you were talking about the bottle because my father, I mentioned that he was addicted to alcohol. Well, I got a call from my aunt to say that, hey, listen, your father don't have long to live, so won't you come get him and spend some time with him? And he said that he had a chemical dependency on alcohol, and the doctors had to give him alcohol through his IV in order for him to survive.
Goodness.
And I just believe that God is greater than that. So I went and I got my father, and when I went and got him, I weaned him off of alcohol a drop at a time. And what I would do is I would do things to distract him. Like we would tell jokes. He liked to cook, so we cooked. He liked fishing shows. I didn't like fishing, but he liked the fishing shows. We would watch fishing shows. 2 or 3 months down the line, I was giving him this much alcohol a day versus the 2 or 3 gallons he was drinking a day. And sometimes when you're dealing with somebody with addiction, it's a good idea to distract them. Because like
connection.
You said,
that's like that guy said. It's a connection.
Like you said, it's a connection thing. And sometimes a person there's a void that just needs to be filled. And they're using that addiction to fill that void.
But you know what? With our brother, I just have to say we brought him in because I sensed that before even listening and doing this show and doing research and finding out there was a connection that person is missing through all this research. It was a TED Talk. We both listened to a TED Talk about addiction before we did this show. And we thought bringing him here again and being around his whole family, even though we're gone from him during the day, there's still some kind of connection. We come home in the evening, we try to cook with him, bring stuff for him. I'm here on the weekend trying to do no matter what. It just seems like the drug is winning. And when does that person say enough is enough? I mean, he sits in a jail right now because he pulled a knife out on a third person in our household. And we love him. But, once again, I'm going to have to love him from a distance. I'm going to have to say, you know what, I love you. I'll come sit with you and I'll come connect with you and I'll even accept you in your drug addicted state. but you can't live with us. You can't live with me. You can. I'ma still love you.
This
even
in
your
second
state.
time taking him in and let him live with me. So this will be
And destroying your whole peace.
your peace in your house.
Good. I mean, baby, enough is enough, child.
Too much.
Yeah. He done broke a TV. Our printer is broke. You know what I mean? Just doing too much. Nigga, please. All right. Anyways, love them.
You know,
but,
sometimes, sometimes the one thing you can do for a person, you can't do nothing else. The one thing you can do is just pray for them. And sometimes you can't do anything else.
His name stays at the altar. I'm hugging the altar, child, crying out his name, asking God to deliver him. And God is going to deliver him. But and anybody, even if that's a drug addiction, I used to work for a dude, and I ain't gonna say his name. Mm-hmm. But he would jack off and tell me when he got to the office, he would say, I done jacked off like 10 times, child, before I came to work. And I'd be like, I can't even know how we got to this subject. He got a sex addiction. I'm going to break it down because you roll up into the office at like 1 o'clock because you've been jacking off in a shower, and then you're going to tell me you was thinking about me when you was doing it. And it was like, wow, are you serious?
So let me ask you something.
But people have to admit. Yes, that's a masturbation addiction, a sex addiction.
Masturbation addiction is nasty, though. I've been with somebody that like to play with their shit all the time,
and it makes it bad.
It's just like you're a pervert, like you're just nasty.
Don't tell a woman if you jack off. We hate that. Okay. Oh, he said, ish. That took a turn. I don't know how. That's okay. But let's talk about sex addiction. Let's talk about sex addiction because a very well-known couple, Halle Berry. Benet sexy now too.
That's
and I've been trying to give it to him all day long. I know what you mean, Halle, but damn, it's just so much. We got to be productive. I got a movie to do. You know what I mean? I can't just sit there and be having sex all day.
Especially when you're married, though, being married to a sex addict can lead to them cheating. If you don't give it up as much as you can't keep up, they got to go get their.
I don't think there was nothing that I got a piece of fruit stuck in my straw, child. I'm gonna have to drink it like that. But anyway, I don't think there was nothing. It's like you need Jesus. You just need Jesus. Okay, you need to be filled with the Holy Spirit. You need to put on the full armor of God. When you going through addictions, literally, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to make this religious show, but y'all better have a relationship with God and put on the full armor of God and make sure there's a hedge of protection around you and in that helmet of salvation and you in your right mind. I was just listening to that today on the sermon. Shout out to Fred Price Jr. and Ever Increasing Faith in the Christian Center. That's my online church. Ever increasing faith. Okay. But that was the message. That was the message. Putting on the helmet of salvation and protecting your mind and being in your right mind. So anyways, that's all that kind of stuff. It all starts in your mind, child. If you be like, ooh, I just got that urge to go.
He said, okay, so the real Indo official said, why is it an addiction? Because the woman doesn't want to
F. Oh, my goodness. You want to fight, don't you? Mr. E, can you please answer this man with this question?
Okay, is it every day too much? Every day too much?
Mr. E.
Twice a day.
The realest Indo official said, okay, but why is it an addiction? Because the woman doesn't want to F-U-C-K. Tell him what you think, Mr. E. Keep it 100. Because if you want to fight, we can fight too.
He said at least 3 times a day is possible. 3 times a day?
He got an addiction. Come on, Mr. E.
Well, no, actually, I'm with him. I got a question. My question is, what is obviously there's a fine line between addiction and obsession, or addiction and like to fuck. So it's like, how do you know that there's an addiction versus just liking to have sex?
If it's 3 times a day,
that's too much. Now, let me answer Big Note right now. He said, y'all in Cali or y'all in the D? Mr. E is in the D. We back in Cali.
We in LA.
Go ahead. So, this guy right here, Mr. Indo Official, shout out to him. He's on right now, Instagram Live. He said 3 times a day. Mr. E, what you think about 3 times a day? Because as a chick, I know me and her are already going to say hell to the no, but go ahead.
Well, I'm going to give you a fact. This is easy. Because if a woman want to have sex 3 times a day, then nobody's gonna say that's an addiction. The only time a person
we will. Anybody having sex?
Women be want to have it 3 times a day. They addicted too, just like us. You
You
know
didn't
what I'm
understand
saying?
what I was saying.
That's
You
not
didn't
an
understand
addiction once in the morning, at the lunchtime, and then at night when we go to sleep.
Oh,
No,
man.
I don't-
My
no,
shit
no,
about to
hold
be
on, hold on. Let
so.
me
Give
tell
me
you
a vinegar bath now.
What I'm saying is, for example, if me and my wife both agreed that we wanted to have sex 3 times a day, I don't think it's an addiction. I think it seems more like an addiction because it's only one party that wants to have sex.
Oh, that's true. That's true because I maybe. Oh God, I don't want to talk about my.
I mean, because
You know what? I ain't gonna put my business out there, child. But check it out. My mother is not doing it
I'm not either.
3 times a day, child. I mean, your wife gotta work. I gotta work. Maybe if we had a condo right across from in downtown LA from my job, you know, we come home at the lunchtime. After so, yeah, you trying to do too much. You probably got a big old donkey dick too, and a big old gorilla dick. You ain't finna wear this out, child. Even if you my husband, we got to keep mother intact, child.
And that's why I'm like, can the vagina handle 3 times a day? I don't think so. I be wanting to rest. My thing be needing to rest. Ooh, I need to rest.
Y'all gonna make me speak in tongues.
I'm like, it's hurting just thinking about it.
No, sir.
But I've had,
no, sir.
but you know what? I've had exes that wanted to do it 3, 4, 5 times a day. But my thing is, like, I don't. My sex drive ain't made up like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
My sex. So you gotta have a decent 3 times. You gotta have I guess what am I trying to say? Equal. You gotta be equally yoked sexually.
You gotta be
Y'all both gotta want it.
Because anyways, what the people say? What the people say?
Diddy of my city, Shop Max CEO, he said I do it more than 3 times a day, and me and my wife happy 17 years and going.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how you
that was my point.
Go get it from nowhere else though. You got to give it to him if he want it 3 times a day. Okay.
but that was my point. It was like when you with somebody and they want to have it 3 times a day, is that really an addiction?
No, that's good. So. They sexually compatible.
I don't think so.
But the dude that I was working for, and I mean, I love him to death, but I thought that was very unusual. I never met a guy who basically masturbates every day, and then I think your penis loses sensitivity. And I think I was with a chronic masturbator, but he never told me because he couldn't come like when you doing it orally.
Is this our
sorry?
No, that's not. Is that Jocelyn?
That's Mrs. Perkins. Oh my God!
3 times a day. Yes, she's a newlywed too.
Newlywed, because that's y'all newlywed.
If we both off work and home, yes, we can do
3
it all
times
day.
a day, child.
I'm not doing it though. 3 times
my
a day.
sister Jocelyn is on. No, child. You
I'm
got
not
older
doing
sister too. What kind
Kids
of?
grown too. She's a newlywed, so you know they getting it in. You know everything's still fresh. But 5 years later, y'all still
Yes,
do it
honey.
3
Can
times
we go?
a day.
Can we cuddle tonight? That's what I want to know.
And
Can
5
we
years
cuddle?
later, she trying to cuddle, but I bet you and Bobby was getting it in just like she was
That's
there 3 times a
okay.
day.
Well, we obviously our older sister didn't teach us well, because child, we over here talking about Jocelyn. Hell no, girl. Iron Dog said I'm more of an addiction. If you're attached and married,
It's more of an addiction if you're attached or married and need.
No,
to
this dude
masturbate.
was married and had jump offs.
Ooh.
And had jump offs. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. That man, enough was enough. I think he was addicted.
He was addicted.
No, I think he
child.
had a mental issue.
Ooh.
Because I mean, normal people don't function like that.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
Whoa.
saying. But you know what? Mother gonna get off that subject because I sure don't want nobody to put that together.
Okay.
But anyway, shopping addiction. I'll
already
change the
put it
subject. Shopping addiction.
Okay,
Change the
now.
subject.
Out
Change
here
the
trying to get the
subject.
newest shoes and everything. Shopping can ruin a relationship. Marriage,
Because you know
especially
what?
if you
Financially,
you're not budgeting.
and we got to be on the same and equally yoked financially, Mr. E, right? What you think?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
your wife was out there buying purses, expensive purses and handbags, and you was out there buying whips that y'all didn't need and all that kind of
It would
stuff.
cause some problems.
That can cause problems,
Yeah,
right, Mr.
yeah,
E?
there's no doubt about it. But we have an agreement where we discuss major purchases anyway. So, you know, if it
Y'all
ain't in
talked
the
about
budget,
that before. It
Yeah.
ain't in the budget.
if it ain't in the budget, there's no action.
Ain't no action.
Yeah.
Now my friend, and that's true. That's true. Like my friend and her husband, they just bought a new Harley. Shout out to my homegirl Blanca. Her and Mike just bought a new Harley, but that was a mutual purchase. You know, she felt like I'm gonna have some fun on this too.
Right. He wasn't just for him to try to get.
But if we just got an addiction out there, you just buying stuff, honey, that's not in the budget, that could be a problem. How about the one that really a lot of people emailed us about video game addiction?
And I've been with somebody who was on that video game shit, and this is like, when do they turn it off? Like they wake up, turn it on, you can't even talk to them it's just almost like playing or dating somebody that's watching sports for hours. You know what I mean? Especially now that it's, what do you call it? Where it's where they can talk to other people all the way in another state or whatever. Where they
now they gaming with somebody.
They gaming with people. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Big No says, I ain't work hard all the time to get a broke behind you spending. We have a budget. That's right. I appreciate it. And you know what, y'all? Keep chiming in. This is not just our show. This is the people's show.
Right.
This is Love and War Talk, and that's what we do. Men and women come together on a common platform. It's kind of like football. You know, Mr. E is Dallas, Texas. We the LA Rams. You feel me? And we all coming together on this platform to talk about relationships. We gonna play the game. Men gonna say what they gonna say. Women gonna say what they gonna say. So chime in, or you can email us at
loveandwartalk@gmail.com.
All right.
I was ready, wasn't I?
Yeah, you was ready. We got to get Mr. E ready like that, though. Mr. E, come on, baby. You know, you
gave her, but
you
gave her a little. You gave her a little kickstand. You told me this is what you did to me. This is what you did to me. You said so. What?
So what you think, Mr. E? Right. I said, tell everybody.
No, you didn't even say what I think.
Crickets.
People just like so.
Wasn't ready.
Forget you, Mr. E. Forget you, Mr. E. We didn't ask you. I wanted to know as a man, because we jumped off that subject about plastic surgery. You know, it's a real condition, cosmetic surgery. They call it
what is it?
Modification.
I ain't never had
modification.
I don't want to try it. Just like
body modification.
Tattoos are addicted too. I done met a dude when he had 2 tattoos. By the end of the time, this nigga had 35. Like, it's like you got them all in 1 year. Addiction.
Yeah. What you think about that, Mr. E? If your girl just had to have booty shots, then she want her nose done, then she want her.
I mean, I'm not into that.
But what if that's what's ruining relationships and marriages? Like, she started out just going to get a little tummy tuck. Now she went back to get her booty picked up and some shots in it. Now all of a sudden she got some lip filler. I'm just not saying this is your situation, but
no. First of all, her body belonged to me. We discussing every trip.
They say you're supposed to discuss it with your partner before you do any kind of modifications to your body anyways, to make sure your husband or your wife wants you to.
Kylie Jenner, you think Kylie and you think Nikki with her fake booty,
titties and everything.
And I ain't got no problem with, and then everybody, even Cardi B, some of your top female rappers, all of them done have booty surgeries, even these reality show stars. She done been through a lot of stuff. Shout out to K. Michelle, but body dysmorphic disorder is what they call it. Cosmetic surgery. And you're right. I think if you're a man,
Miss Nikki Baby, that's what I was thinking too.
She done has so much. Now, do you think those women that we just mentioned, all of them, I mean, they all are beautiful. I'm not gonna sit up here
but Miss Nikki Baby is addicted.
But when is enough enough?
I think there were decent looking women without it. And but I'm not into that.
Because I think Kim Kardashian was so much more beautiful,
natural,
with looking more ethnic. Because she has strong Armenian girl features. Shout out to all the Armenian watchers and listeners, because there's a lot of Armenians here in Southern California. Shout out to my homegirl Marcy. They be liking brothers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just the Kardashians. All these LA Armenian girls, to just let y'all know, let the world know, they like brothers.
And they be winning.
And they winning out here. If you Armenian, girl, you better get you a brother. But anyways, you get you a top-notch brother, because them girls be dating athletes and Kanye West's and all them kind of people. Now, do you think Kim Kardashian look better with or without the plastic surgery, Miss D?
Definitely without. I remember the sex tape. Am I supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner and that nose picture that be always floating around.
I don't like the new Kylie Jenner.
No, that nose picture that they always wear. Nose was like, it's like tucked in and picked up or something.
I like that nose. That was not the nose.
They show you.
And Little Kim. Like. Let's not talk about our girl Little Kim, one of the hottest female rappers that ever
She went too far.
She did go too far. I like Little Kim with the lollipop in her mouth, crotch down with the short hair.
Yeah.
I used
yeah.
to get down on the Kim. All right,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
like me some Lil Kim, like the old Lil Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, so let's just but sometimes it's needed because like somebody like Queen Latifah, she got a breast reduction surgery. Okay, now if your wife said, "Honey, you know what? My back is hurting. Child, I'm ready to get rid of some of these titties," because some people is heavy topped. They top heavy.
Look, I'm gonna be like that. We could say that. We could say that $5,000. I'm gonna hold them up. As soon as you walk in the door, we'll just hold them up.
Hold them up. She can't go get a breast reduction surgery. Even her back gonna hit.
I told her. I said I'm gonna hold them up.
You just gonna hold them up, just.
We're just gonna hold them up.
That's a mess. All right,
We
so
won.
look, Ebony over here. I think you the sex symbol of the show. I used to think it was Mr. E. Now I'm thinking it's your big nose.
It's always been
Ebony.
It's always been Ebony.
Look, they said
I
I gotta get them an Ebony.
It's always
They be
been
throwing
Ebony.
shots fired. You gotta shoot
Y'all
your
fail to
shot.
realize I'm the only single mother lover on the show.
She's single,
So
get
that's
at her.
why they be throwing shots. If you was freaking a single, you'd be getting shots thrown at you too. And you already been getting shots thrown at you.
Shots
married and
fired.
all, Mr.
No,
E.
that was Mr. E. They be
I don't
on
see
and
no
they be like,
comment.
ooh, he's
I
sexual
don't
chocolate.
see no comment.
And then Iron Dog, what did he say, Ebony? 'Cause
He
you know you
said,
read better.
Iron Dog said, "Is anything an addiction just because we don't like it? No, anything is addiction if you are like satisfied by it too much and it's starting to harm your loved ones and your surroundings in your life.
And it
too.
becomes a problem.
It
When it
becomes
becomes a problem, that's a problem.
You normally hear about addictions being problems. But
They're a
anyways,
problem.
he said, we wait so long to be grown and independent, but if we don't like what they are doing, they're considered having addiction. It's a fine line." That's true because we're all adults and we're entitled to do what we want to do with our life. But again, I get you got to know what you involve in your loved ones or your relationships or whoever you with your addiction, because sometimes they're not aware you have that type of addiction. People don't realize, say you date somebody for 6 months and you marry him. I was reading an article and she said her dude was playing video games just way too much, and it became like to where he wasn't coming to bed till 3 a.m.
That's a problem.
You know what I mean?
Because now I done had to rub my coochie
by yourself.
and by myself, and now you got me
They on
masturbating.
different sleep.
'Cause I'm
Now she addicted to masturbating. You done pushed her
Now
to
she
the
addicted.
now I got an addiction.
Hold on now. We all need some me time. Don't do that. We all need some me
But
time.
that becomes a problem if you playing video games at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Drugs is a bad addiction. Like the alcoholism is a bad addiction. There's some addictions that cause
I can't believe I just
problems
said that.
or troubles to your loved ones. Now, again, like you say, we all grown. We should be able to do what we want. But I don't want to become I don't want to be with a sex addict. I don't want to be with an alcoholic. I don't want to be with a drug addict, a nigga that's cocaine. I don't want to be with somebody.
And that's doing too much.
I'm
If
a
you're doing
workaholic, and maybe
too
because
much.
I'm a workaholic too, so that I know that's somebody that I'm addicted to the same shit like weed.
This girl loves her some weed. But
We
Ebony
average
is
the
a
same
fully
thing.
functional cannabis
I mean,
connoisseur.
I work.
She's fully
you know what I mean?
functional
I've been this way for 30. Well, no,
We
I ain't
gonna
been
praise-
smoking for 30 years.
Yeah, no,
but,
she's just a cannabis connoisseur. You know what
but
I
I'm
mean?
just
It's-
saying common and normal addictions. You know, there's normal
But
addictions.
you think weed,
like
you think,
work is a normal
you
addiction.
think, she think cannabis is so normal. Like even though you're normal
no,
as hell,
work is
but
normal.
some people don't think it's normal, and they might take offense if you smoke.
We're in California where it's totally legal, and they
I'm
want
just
cannabis
saying
smoking
that
like a cigarette
it
out
could
here.
be,
So,
you know. I mean,
we
what if you
grocery
try to date a
stores.
police officer or date
That's why I
an
don't try to
attorney
date those. I definitely don't
and
try
a
to date
judge,
those.
you know,
I
a
might need a
doctor.
judge or a doctor, but you got to realize these judges and these doctors, they smoke weed too. They be
Okay.
up in the
See,
dispensary.
there she go. I can't
No,
tell
y'all
me
be-
nothing.
don't
Smoke
tell me
some
nothing.
pimp voice. Hi,
Don't
look at
tell
that.
me
Big
nothing.
nose.
Then
Shut
you'd
up,
be
big
surprised. It'd be teachers in the damn dispensary. Y'all don't even know.
nose. You don't
You
even know.
ain't even know.
Okay. I'm a woman of a certain size. But if you got a binge eating disorder and your ass
I
is
do.
putting on 1,000,000 pounds,
And they just overeat.
child,
I know somebody just overeat, get 2 burgers, and just tear them
and
up at
get
night.
over, and then now you putting on weight, and honey,
2 burgers,
we not,
nigga?
I'm not.
We talking what
Now I
about
gotta go. Now I'm gonna have a masturbation addiction because you fat. Now I got
You
a
know what?
masturbation addiction because I ain't attracted to you no more.
Hey, you know what though? I think I honestly had a eating addiction, and I had to tell myself, you know what? I need to stop. And that's honestly like.
Did you have Twinkies under your bed, Mr. E?
No, but I mean, I just would eat. I just like to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I got a sweet addiction.
and I
I
got-
like sugar.
That is a thing.
I like
That is
candy.
a thing.
I'm addicted to candy.
Sugar addiction.
I gotta have candy.
Now your mouth, you got
but
cavities. Now you ain't got no teeth. Now I'm not attracted.
Hey, but I lost 25 pounds.
Now
So,
you ain't
Hey,
got
me
no
too. I
teeth.
lost 50.
Yeah, I
I
lost.
had to cut out a lot of
Well,
shit.
I gained both y'all's weight, so no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm working on it. I stopped eating bread for 7 days, child.
That's good. That's good. That's
We
very
just got to
good.
keep it going. What a burger in Cali, no, baby. We got In-N-Out and and you know
In-N-Out.
what, man? It's like
Oh.
B&G's Burgers or BG's Burgers on
Yeah.
freaking Forest Lane in North Dallas. Can't nobody beat them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the nasty no. All right, anyways, after binge eating, there's some other addictions that we did some research that's noteworthy and worth talking about.
I mean, we talked about social media already, though. Social media addiction.
That I think. See, my problem with social media, I do like to do it a little bit in the bed.
I think you
I
do
do
it
like
too
to
much.
do it in
You
the
wake up in
in
the
the
morning, she be on the toilet.
and
Me
I'll
too.
be like, let me do
Me
it.
too. Everybody get on the morning
And-
toilet with their phone. That's an addiction. Y'all
But
don't even
it's a
realize it when y'all
relaxation.
doing it.
It's my, what do you call it?
Downtime. It's like
You
your
do
downtime.
it too, Mr. E?
It's your
Yeah.
downtime.
So
Yeah.
everybody get on the toilet and do it. So are we addicted because we check our phones?
But I think my
They
husband,
say-
I do get in bed at night and do that, and then you got to check yourself. Or if we going out to dinner, put your phone up. Put your phone up. You got to be cognizant
I can
of
honestly
something
say
that
that.
you.
Yeah, when I go out to dinner, I put my phone up, but I be checking it in the bed though. And you know, and my wife will say something. And she'll be
Yeah,
very
and so
polite
you don't
about
want me to say no. My husband will too. My husband will
Yeah,
too.
she'll
So
be polite
I know
about it. She'll be polite
they
about
do.
it, but
Right.
She be
she'll
like
hey,
side eye.
You know, I'll be like,
Now.
okay.
Now
They feel neglected. I was reading that you feel neglected if the person is paying, because again, we don't realize how much time we spend on our phone. And I had to think about it because I was doing some study for 1 week, and it was a couple months ago. But we actually wake up checking our emails. Even if we were workaholics, we wake up checking work emails, trying to see, what we get started off for the day. Constantly ignore before we wash our ass, before we brush our teeth, before we do anything, we check our phone, and we spend about 30 minutes on our phone, and that's everybody. That's crazy.
okay. And how about work? So, Mr. E, I know sometimes you be in the studio as a producer, and
Whatever.
anybody that want to email him,
Now, that
y'all
was in
can just
Texas.
DM him at Mr. E Diddy, at Mr. E Diddy. He's on right now live. You can DM him if you want one of them hot fire tracks. He's also the producer of Triple D movie, working on Triple D movie 2. Hey, you gonna have to have real quick.
Thank you,
break.
D-Line.
I told him I wanted to be in Triple D too.
No,
I have to
and
be
you know
somebody's
who gonna have to
girlfriend.
be in it? She gonna have to be somebody's girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna play myself as a radio
Oh, shit.
person. Okay. And then I'm gonna play myself not as a big radio
You know
person
what?
anymore in Dallas,
Both
but
of
we
y'all
gonna play.
I told him I want to be a D girl. Let me be a D
Both of
girl.
y'all,
I want to
both
serve
of
these
y'all
niggas.
gonna have love scenes.
We gonna no, I don't want no love.
Yep,
scene. No,
yep.
I want to
Both
be in
of
the
y'all.
studio somewhere.
Hey, listen,
child.
I
No.
want to be a D girl.
Comment
She
below.
gonna be a
Y'all
D
wanna
girl.
see them bucket naked.
Okay, but I want you to have what's the rapper number one in Dallas right
T-Baller
now?
died, not T-Baller. What was his
Yellow
name?
Beezy.
Yellow
What's the
Beezy,
other
hold on.
one? Young? No.
No,
Yellow
The one
Beezy.
at the end. T-Cash. Did he die in the last one?
Did T have shot? No, Mr. E.
He
Mr.
died in the last one?
Who died?
Man,
No,
we
Big
can't ruin
T.
it for the people that ain't seen it, huh?
Did he die in the last one? Because if he didn't, I want to
Everybody
be his
seen that.
girlfriend in the next one.
Oh,
She always loved T Cash. Girl, stop looking at
Really?
that. You'll have every hood bitch in North Dallas looking for your ass.
I don't know why he like emojis.
Girl, shout out to my boy T Cash.
Anyway.
Cash.
Anyway. I
Girl,
put
stop.
Ricochet up in there. I mess
Yeah,
with Ricochet
she like
too. That
Ricochet
little
too.
yellow, light-eyed. Anyway.
PJ Rico. That's why the earrings
PJ
come. Hold on.
Shout out to my
PJ
boy Rico.
No.
Me and Rico got something hot coming too. Me
He
and Rico got
told me.
something hot coming.
He told me.
Yeah, we got something hot coming.
But just real quick, and we're gonna get back on the topic, y'all.
Here
But
we
you
are.
know,
I know, 'cause we got comments, too.
we got about 10 more minutes before we get into the people want to know, and before Ebony got her sex tips. You got them on your iPad, child?
Yeah, they ready. It
Oh,
ain't
you
time
ready?
yet, though.
Okay.
Ain't got time.
Anyway, Mr. E, Yellow Beezy, he got to be in the next Triple D too.
You know, that's up to him and his people. You know, that's just about negotiating and
And Trap Boy
I would
Fred
love Yellow. I would
Trap
love
Boy Freddy.
Yellow Beezy. I would love Yellow
and
Beezy.
PJ Rico. Yes, we gotta have them. You gotta put who writing the script. We gonna start. Hey, we gonna. Help
I
you
always
write
write
the
the
script.
script.
Okay, can I help you write some scenes? We gonna put Yellow Beezy in the movie, and Trapway Freddy and
But what
PJ
if he
Rico.
don't? But what if they don't want to be in the
Ricochet.
movie?
Well, if they don't, how you gonna be from Dallas and don't want to be in Triple D too? And we gonna
Man,
put that bitch
hey,
on Netflix.
oh, let me
We
say,
gotta
let
put
me
the
say.
plug with Netflix out here now, bro.
Hold on, let me tell you this, and then we can go. The thing about the Triple D movie is when I first was trying to do it, it was a lot of people I was trying to get to be in it, and they didn't believe in it. They didn't believe it.
Well, Triple D
They didn't
here.
even think I was gonna come out
Hey,
with
you
it.
gotta put the Vato in there. You're gonna have to put the
Yeah.
Vato in there this time. I know I'm gonna work with him, because he just
Right
be
on.
wanting to make sure all his stuff, Turo, shout out to Turo. The
Right
Vato
on.
want to know that everything is everything. You feel me? I know the Vato, okay? We gonna
But
work,
you know
I'm
what?
with him, but you gotta have a Vato in the
Turo,
movie.
for sure.
Shout
But I'm
out to
dealing
Turo,
with
Triple D.
actors. This next one, I'm dealing with actors though, man. I'm not.
Oh, no, you not. There was
Yeah.
no, you ain't gonna
Hey.
do the first one. We gonna put a couple actors in there, but it gotta be
I know
real
how
too.
to
It
act.
gotta be, because people just don't have Dallas swag. Like, if you look at Trapway Freddy, you look at Yellow Beezy, you know what I'm saying? You look at
Shout out
PJ
to
Rico.
them,
Yeah, you look at my people, even KO, little KO. Dallas got swag. It's a certain look and
She's still saying
swag.
swag, nigga. It's 2018.
I don't care if
Anyway,
Dallas. Okay,
Von
anyways.
Sway.
Sway, from
Sway,
Yeah,
from Sway.
Von Sway.
Tell
Yeah,
her what
man.
the new shit is out there.
From
You
Sway.
know, we ain't been out there in almost 2 years.
So, they just got a certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Je ne sais quoi around
She
here.
crazy.
Crazy.
Okay.
Now, gambling. Did we talk about
We
gambling?
didn't talk about gambling or work. Did we talk about
We
work?
talked about work
Gambling.
a little bit, but
Now that's a
gambling-
problem.
Gambling for anybody, like it doesn't matter. And I actually was with a guy who would want to go to the casinos and spend money. He would win sometimes, and when he lost, he'd be mad.
Oh,
Boy,
and now
he
he
gonna
gonna
be
be
aggression.
now he gonna be
now
aggressive.
you ain't talking.
Now we
about
can't pay the rent.
until 3 days later. He back to normal. You know what I mean? When the shit rub off. But yeah, a gambler is I mean, again, you don't want to be with a gambler. What if they gamble your house one day? There's situations like that happen. It's sad.
Hey, shout out to my bro Big Chief, Don Chief. Man, say I went up to the casino with him. I went to the casino with him and watched him lose a quick 10 real quick. I was like,
Oh. I'm hurt.
Oh.
He
He
wasn't
walked off
tripping.
like it was
I'm
nothing.
sick.
I was
He
about to
wasn't
say he didn't
tripping. I was
face
like,
him.
golly,
It
man.
didn't
hate
face him.
You could have gave me that 10.
Oh man,
I hate it.
I don't like gambling large amounts. Like I play here and there. Might do a scratcher. Might go to the casino once a year, but oh no, I'm not.
Yeah,
You're
no,
not
she
gonna
do,
be no
she do a
poker.
little bit of lottery chat.
Play the lotto tickets. You know what I mean? But not know every week at the.
you need to hold the burner in the next video. I know that's right. He's
In the
still
next
talking about-
video,
he talking
okay.
about Triple D too. Shout out to
like I told him, I want to be the
Big
D
no.
girl. Let me in. Let me in.
yeah.
Okay, so working out is an addiction too that ruins marriages because sometimes not both partners are like into it, and you have one of them that is so just like into it, and
That was me. That was definitely
and
me.
leaving the other person at
It
home,
was you?
and you was getting fitter and sexier, and they're still looking regular and the same, and so it causes conflict and problems in relationships, especially
But
like
I don't know about the progress, but what I do know about it is like when I do get in my zone and I'm working out, I be real serious about it, and I can recognize it that I may have taken it too far.
like what was you doing? Working out morning and
Cause I be
night?
serious about it. I always work out late at night.
And then
I work
sometimes
out.
we think y'all be at the gym looking at other girls too. So it's like, are they addicted to working out, or are they meeting girls at the gym, or are they looking at booties at the gym? Which y'all doing at the gym so much?
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm working out. It's, a lot of times I go at 1 o'clock in the morning and then stay there till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's way
Okay.
hella long.
Yeah, but see what it is I get to get in my zone. I take my time. I do my thinking. I meditate. I listen to my music.
It's like, when does it become too much? Like an hour?
Right,
I think
right.
everybody deserves an hour.
An hour,
Maybe even 2 hours.
But 4 hours at the gym.
That's a problem. You only get 24 hours of the day.
And I be working out the whole time.
So you didn't
Like,
even
the whole
realize
time.
you was addicted to working out, man.
I guess so. I guess this show made me realize it because
Uh-huh.
I didn't think none of it. But
3 and 4 hours is an addiction.
She would call me and say, "You coming home?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Let me go ahead and wrap up, and I'll be there in a little bit. But yeah,
Wow.
it'd be spiritual for me. You know what I'm saying?
Like meditation.
Or you was trying to get away from
Yeah.
home.
Meditation.
No, everybody would be asleep. You know, my wife would be asleep. Everybody would be asleep. So it's no reason for me to get away from home. It's just a good time to where nobody needs me at that time of night.
Where you
so
can go do
really
you.
I can really get in my zone and just kind of get it in, you know. And
Right.
I used to do all type of stuff, cardio, all that. So yeah, it would be 3 or 4 hours worth of working out, you know.
Wow.
But maybe that was an addiction.
Well, you know, it's 4:45, Mr. E. We got sex tips in about 5 minutes. So, you ain't got no people want to know or what you got?
No, I mean.
Yeah, the people want to know.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so listen. The people want to know. The people want to know, is there an addiction that either one of y'all had that you wouldn't normally admit? So don't give me the addiction like, oh, yeah, I was addicted to sugar. I was addicted to candy. No, I want to know the stuff that you wouldn't tell nobody. Because everybody have had an addiction at some point. At some point, everybody had to say no.
Shout out to Derek, Apex.77. Shout out to Derek.
So
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So for both
we're going to have him on one day. Miss E, do you mind if we have
That's
Derek
cool,
on one day?
Yeah.
Real soon, too, because like within the next couple of days, he said he want to talk about the Me Too movement.
Nah, I want to talk about that. Nah, he can't do that one. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. That's not a problem. Let's set it up.
He was like, I want to know what y'all want to.
She got to do it on an early night.
Let's
We gonna
set
do
it
it
up.
One more
again.
time.
Yeah,
Ask us the question, Mr. E. One more time. Mr.
Oh,
People
you can
want
chime
to know.
them in and then you come in.
Turn it up. Ladies and
So
gentlemen,
he just asked us.
it's time for
Nah, I'll ask
Mr.
again.
E's. People want to know. No.
Okay. Now, I want to know if you've ever had an addiction, and you don't even have to tell me that. Just tell me what your addiction was that you wouldn't normally admit. Both of y'all.
Mine would probably be masturbating, and it's with my bullet, and I am addicted.
That's funny. I mean, she's single. She's single.
You know,
You can't.
I'm addicted.
When you're single, you can't.
You know, so it might be sometimes it's an every morning thing, depending on if everybody left the house already. You know, sometimes it's not. You know, but I realized it was an addiction.
Now I know why you don't get out of bed until I go to work, child.
All right, y'all.
I realized it was an addiction when I was running around the
I'm
house
addicted
looking
to
for
sexy
batteries.
women that are not wifey
That.
material. Oh my God.
When I couldn't find no batteries
Apex
for
said
it.
he's addicted to sexy women that are not wifey material, the bad chicks. You know, you're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah,
She's
I
a
think that's a
shooter.
lot of our addiction.
Yeah, Ebony's a shooter. She be using
Yeah.
that bullet.
Just the
Okay,
bullet,
just the
no
bullet.
insurance.
No answer. Yeah, you don't like nothing messing with. You know, that's a real chick right there.
No,
you don't
just
want nothing
outside
messing
right
around
there,
with
unless it's real.
your size.
The real
You
thing.
feel me? We got to keep it tight and right. Okay.
And clean.
Anyway,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. Mr. E, I'm sorry. I can't even think of like one thing. I mean, I'm addicted to Jesus. I pray. I listen to the word of God. Like so
Did you
much.
tell me Mama lived, or am I tripping?
Mother has lived,
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, I just
Okay.
don't really, in my opinion, I don't know. I
But
gotta
she
think
wouldn't
about
normally-
it. I don't have like something that just like controls me, and I gotta have it. And then I'm thinking about in the past too.
I gotta pray over that. I gotta pray over that.
We're gonna have to pray on that in the name of the Most High. And Lily don't know. We're gonna pray for my sister.
You know what? Let me tell you this.
I prayed over it before.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask you, Mr. E, because what's your people
what is
know?
your
Well, you think what? Stop fronting. He's
You
talking about
normally
stop
wouldn't
fronting. I
tell
don't.
anybody.
I mean,
No.
I don't have to. If I smoke weed, you know,
I
what
smoke
mean?
cigarettes, and I normally don't tell nobody that
But
because I'm
you
not proud of
addicted.
it.
You
I'm
addicted, bitch.
but I'm not proud of it.
But yeah, because I wish you to stop.
So
I wish you to stop because Mama
sure
done had
do. I
2
done
bouts
tried.
with cancer, and I hope she stopped. Like I just don't have an addictive personality. Not to pills.
you addicted to work.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
me. You got me.
And
You
she missed out
got
on
me.
everything.
addicted
'cause
to
she
work.
And my
addicted to work.
husband
addicted
be
to work.
mad too. You right.
addicted
I don't
to work.
know.
You can't put it down. Put it down.
Y'all done got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got me because I wake up on a Saturday morning and work on a media kit. I really will. And I just continue to work. And I'm missing out on life because I'm working so hard because if my client needs something, I need to provide it. And anyways, I need to, you're right. You're right. So, Mr. E, what's your addiction? Since we looking all into each other and admitting our addictions, what's your addiction?
Okay, because I had a potty.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
we
before-
I'm gonna
you know
look
what,
at
before-
11 more minutes, child.
But you know what? Before I go into that, anybody that need a media kit, D-Light is excellent. She did
Excellent.
a website. She
do great jobs.
Kits. She is a great PR. She has a lot
Great
of
work.
connections. She has a lot of relationships, and she's the one to work with. Yeah.
Exactly.
you.
Key to the
Thank you
city
so much.
at
Thank you.
Gmail. Key II.
KeyIIthecity.com too, okay? Because I'm trying to
Okay.
help put this thing on. I done work with Dee Dee
Straight up.
McGuire. I done work with Cloud Records. That's a long time ago. Shout out to them.
baby. A lot
But,
of people.
yeah,
artists.
baby, everybody. Dee Dee,
Everybody.
everybody. You know, worked at K104 97.9 B with both, me and my sister. You know what I'm saying? But so I know that in the industry, we core DJs. Shout out to all my core DJs, Tony Neal, everybody.
Everybody.
But yeah, it is time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute, did we ask Mr. E what his is? No,
No.
hell to the no. We said
Hell to the no,
hell to the
Damn.
no.
I
No.
almost made it, boy.
Almost made it.
it.
I said, wait a minute, hold on, something missing. Go
Something
ahead.
missing.
Go ahead.
I was hoping that vodka come through for me on that one.
Yeah, can you go ahead and let us know, since y'all called me a work addict?
Hey, that's a good thing. I used to be one.
I'm gonna tell you.
I still
something.
am.
I'm gonna tell you something a lot of people don't know. About 23, 24 years old, I had an addiction on ecstasy.
You was
Yeah,
a
for like-
freak. A
No,
stone
it didn't do that.
cold freak.
It didn't do that for me.
It didn't do that for you, your thing?
It made you create, huh?
Huh?
It helped
Was
you
it?
No. It helped me stay up.
stay up in the
Stay
studio
up.
and create all
Yeah,
night.
it
That's
helped
probably
Your
when
ass
you
right
made your
away.
best tracks too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was always scared. I tried it a couple of times. I was always scared I was gonna get the bad one.
I
You
took
know,
a
my
half
homegirls
one,
would
child,
take
and I
one, so I
thought-
would take a half one. Well,
Nah,
me
you
too.
gotta
I was
take
always
the
scared
whole
to take the whole one. I would never take the whole one.
I used to take
Never.
3.
Hey,
The first time I took
You
it,
trying to
took-
die, nigga?
Now, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this, and I know we gotta go to sex tips. The first time I took it, I took 3. And the thing about it is, I was like,
you was
okay.
trying to die.
Now hold on, I was on my way to this young lady's house to get down with her.
Oh my
So I was
god.
like,
Oh
I'm gonna
my
take it.
God, you done
I'ma
fell
take
out
it.
in this girl house.
And I said, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna see if it worked. Boy, I'll never forget. I was on 35, going to the motel. On 35. Shout out to Oak Cliff. 35. I was on my way to the hotel, and when I tell you, I looked in the the rearview mirror, and the road split up in 3 ways. And I was like, oh shit! And it kicked in right when
It
I
had a
was on the freeway.
shroom
Oh,
It
effect.
kicked in right when I was on the freeway. And I'm talking about, then I got outside the car, and I sat on the car for about 30 minutes.
Ooh, you was out there like, come here, look at the rear end on you, baby.
Man, it just, woo!
Oh, this is the fucking story
You so
of life
soft
right
and
now.
sleek, but hard.
Yeah, I was like, and then, look, man, then when I got to
Oh,
the door,
no,
I was
Mr.
looking
E.
like this.
You was spinning.
Man. Needless to say,
Hell
needless
no.
to say, she didn't get the business that night.
She did
Because
not.
you right, you probably fell out in her house.
Hey,
Man.
Derek over here, he said, first of all, you was on that Murder Inc. juice. And then he said, secondly, you effed your car.
I
So
almost
you don't
did.
have nothing for
I
her.
almost gave the car to business. I almost gave the car to business.
All right, Miss
Yeah.
E, enough is enough, child.
I'm just saying.
This has been
Everybody
a great
else
show.
had they embarrassing moment. I'm gonna put
Okay.
mine out there.
Okay, well, we sure appreciate your honesty. That's Mr. E right there at Mr. E Diddy. I'm your girl, On Air Divas at D-Light. You can follow me at On Air Divas. And this is Ebony Mosaic at
Yes.
Ebony Mosaic. And she is getting ready to do sex
Sex
tips.
Hey.
We're wrapping up the month of September,
Mhm.
Sex Position September. So,
Sex position.
you know,
sex
y'all have to go back and watch some of the previous shows,
Mm-hmm.
whoever's just tuning in, and capture all the new sex positions that y'all need to try in your new sex lives, okay?
Mhm,
Oh, shit, it's a new little tablet that I just got, you guys. I like the iPad better.
Yes, here
So
she
anyways, sex position number 1 for the week, This is called the tamer.
You got to put it close.
Put it close so they can see there. All right, y'all. You see how he's laying one way, she's laying the other way. I've actually tried
Okay,
this
wait a
one.
minute. The guy
It actually works really, really good.
But guess what? Can the people out there listening right now on you or not on YouTube, but on
I'm gonna have to read it.
on
the woman
Spotify.
lies on her side.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's putting her hand under her head. Oh shit! I hate this new tablet. She bends her legs and her knees and she spreads them apart. The male partner lies in between her legs of the mistress. Why they call it? Why she got to be a mistress? With his hand and his.
Is he
with
touching
his
her
hand under
clitoris?
his heart. He is stimulating her clitoris with his hand.
Yes, Mr. E. Will you try that one with Sophia Jones?
Yeah, I try that with wifey.
And Derek, just so you know, it could be in her butt or her vagina. That position he was asking, is it in her butt? You could do either or with that one. That was under the anal and the regular.
Now that's even for the big girls.
Okay.
Shout out for the big girls.
Now,
that's one that we
that's
can do.
definitely for the big girls. And let me show you this one is not for the big girls. Okay. This one is called the eraser. It's a different version of 60. It's not even 69, but it's for the woman oral. Pretty much, she rests her back upside down, head,
and put that thing in his
neck,
face.
back of her neck, facing his balls and penis and everything.
Yes,
thighs, everything, booty on his chest, legs
and he
wide
just
open.
go crazy.
Okay.
He said that's a 62.1. It ain't even 69.
All right.
That's a good one, Derek.
A good one. Now this one is pretty funny, and I thought it was interesting.
Is it
but
funny
this is to me it's funny because I was like I might feel violated or something with it. But it's called the prison guard, you guys.
Okay, she just don't like nobody taking
too much control. Where I feel like I got no control.
Yeah, guys.
That's
this
good
one
right
here,
there.
this is standing on your feet, doggy. Pretty much not on your knees because there's two different doggies. Standing on your feet, doggy. She is bent over in front of the guy. Arms are behind her being held by him in the hands, basically, but pretty much he is holding both hands. I don't know if it would be comfortable. Would it hurt? Would he pull
You
the
just
shoulder?
don't like nobody having too much control. Let that man have some control,
nothing
child.
that's going to hurt. That's the thing. We don't want nothing that's going to hurt.
He just got her hands behind her back. And
it could hurt.
See, that's why y'all need them big girls. All them little girls, they are scared to make they hurt.
Now, this is another one. This one is called the rider.
The rider,
where you see her feet are actually on top of his thighs. Now, if you are a heavy girl, it might not be a good idea. You might take his hip out. But this is pretty much that cowgirl, but it uses more of your squat muscles. You're going to have to do some squats and get yourself ready to do this position because you have to definitely use your thighs and your legs to go up and down.
That's cool.
Okay, and then how much time we got left, sis?
We are at 4:57. So
4:57.
You got a couple.
Okay, this is the sport. Sort of like that side, and I've done this one before. It's called the sport, but it's pretty much like that side position, but the
you put your both legs. I didn't know that had a name to it.
I would say I like this position.
That's like a Saturday morning.
Pretty much the male is laying on his side.
That's a Saturday.
This is a Saturday morning, Sunday morning position right here for sure.
That's a weekend.
Saturday morning special, man.
Weekender.
The male lays on his side, and the woman turns her body completely to the guy's stomach, legs, everything facing his penis. I guess I just got to say it. I just want to be like, dang, I'm so nasty.
Ow.
He gets to control the thighs and the hip action too with his hands. And pretty much we're going to do one more, and that's going to be the last one, y'all.
Wow.
Okay, this one is called the 8. And I don't know if I would try this because I don't really like my guys' legs in the air. Maybe because it's some type of form of masculinity or something to me. But it's called the 8.
No go on that.
So basically, the guy is laying completely down. I could see both of his legs down, but it would be considered reverse cowgirl, though, if both of his legs was down. But apparently one leg is up on the guy.
I'm not putting my legs up.
I can't handle guys putting their legs up.
I'm not doing that.
Jocelyn said, which one is comfortable, Jocelyn? You had said one of them was comfortable. The prison guard was definitely a crazy one. But maybe that's the one she was talking about is comfortable. You already tried it. That's normal holding the arms back like that? We're going to have to demonstrate, sis. We're going to have to demonstrate and tell me if it hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, that's to pay my mortgage. Oh, okay. What are you listening to, sis? While
Okay,
we
this
at
is
it?
a new one. Y'all know Yellow Beezy shout out to him. I'm so excited
That's
for
a
him.
no, that last one.
A Dallas artist, signed with Hitco. This is a new song. Y'all need to check it out. It's called Ready to Love Bonfire, featuring Yellow Beezy on Hitco Entertainment. My face, L.A. Reid. That's his.
L.A. Reid.
All right, y'all. We got about 20 seconds to say. Make sure y'all follow the Love and War Talk page on IG. If you missed the whole beginning of the show, you can catch it on YouTube.
Go to our YouTube channel, Love and War Talk. That's Mr. E. Diddy. I'm your girl, D Lights.
And I'm Ebony Mose. Appreciate y'all for listening. We love you.
Next Sunday, same time, same place. Out.
When you're in the
Go.
moment, it feels
Yeah.
so good.